Cara.
I'm Kirsten, and
together we are the KW sisters. Why do you always say it so weird?
Because I want to.
So, it's like 9:30 on Wednesday, the day, like we're going to post this right after we're done filming it. We have been super busy. I've been super sick. I'm not feeling good. I'm actually running a fever, but we are not going to be missing a day. Like, no missing a day at all. So we are posting it tonight to make sure you guys get a video for Wright Wednesday, because, you know, you guys want to see it. So hopefully I get better here soon. Really hot. We're hoping that it's like the air outside because of the fires lately. It's been getting me sick. I have asthma and stuff, so we're like, please. And I've been marching outside today, and so that kind of didn't help. I got a little sunburnt, so hopefully I feel better within the next couple days to make you better videos. So I'm gonna sneeze. Do you want to explain while I try to leave the sneeze?
So along our videos, especially, I forgot one video. We always would want to tell stories and all that stuff, and we couldn't because there's a challenge going on, something going on. We couldn't do that. So today is just focusing on story. So this is called the story time. Yay! Yeah!
Okay, my sneeze went away. Don't you guys hate that?
And you're like,
so I'm going to tell the first story. And just, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
We go to the same school now, and we're in the same class.
But no, I'm in percussion class, Cara.
So, my dad went and got us a membership to the YMCA, and the YMCA here has a pool. So we decided to go, stop acting so weird. So we decided to go swimming. And so me and Kirsten went, I like drove down there. And
vroom, vroom.
And we were, okay. Okay, sorry. And so we went to the pool, and I was like, hey, I know that guy. He's a little cute. Just a little bit. And I was like,
just a little bit.
He's really good at high jump. He's really good at basketball. She's like, oh, okay. And keep in mind, down here in Idaho, or at least the area that we live in, there's a lot of Mormons, which is a type of religion. And that religion doesn't let you date until a certain age.
I think you will be 16 by now. Or close to 16.
Yeah. But, so, she, like, went up to him and was like, are you Mormon?
I didn't say like that. I'm like, are you Mormon?
I'm imitating your dumbness.
I don't have dumbness. I have my blonde moments. Like, you have your Cara moments.
Okay. So, she, like, went up to him and was like, he didn't remember her or anything. And she was like, are you Mormon? And he's like, no. And then she was like, what religion are you? And he's like, Christian. And she decides to turn around, look at me, and scream, he's Christian, Cara, you're good! Yells it across the whole swimming pool. His mom was there, and his mom was like dying laughing. And I'm like, no! What are you doing?
Cara needs to start dating, so.
I do not need a boyfriend.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
One day you will.
Unless you guys are.
You need to stop dreaming about Jack Avery's, Logan Paul, and all the Wydowie boys.
Don't dream about all the Wydowie boys.
Also, I just have Jack Avery. Jack Avery and another guy on the Wydowie
Stop.
boys.
Okay. And so, in Idaho, I have a license that I can only drive during the daytime because of my age. And so, I was like, we have to go. And Kirsten soon finds out that he goes to our high school. So we get out of the pool, and she starts screaming.
Hey, you see that? Like, I was like actually screaming. I'm like, hey, I know you. Like, I don't
She's super loud. Like, Kirsten's normally a loud person, but when she starts like yelling, it's like.
You're saying it's like I actually did yell. I didn't really yell.
Okay, your voice is normally loud.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. We are very loud people.
Hey, that's something to
And so
go. Shh, use your inside voices.
Yeah, we're normally loud people, and so when you yell, it's like really loud. And she starts like yelling, I what school you go to? You go to Richmond.
too.
I'm like, oh my gosh, please shut up.
She's like, wow.
It was horrible. I was like, this is embarrassing. So literally, I could not take her anywhere. And like, I go home and I like tell my parents, and they're like, I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah, Kirsten, you shouldn't do that. I'm like,
they didn't tell me anything, so.
Mom said that you shouldn't do it.
I didn't hear her say it.
Well, you can't do it anymore. Mom and Dad said that if you keep doing it, that I don't have to take you places anymore.
Well, that means you have to take me to school, right?
You know, I'm gonna embarrass me. You just have to ride the bus with Trinity. Your story time.
Alright, so my story's kind of like Kara's story, except this happened to me.
How's it like my story?
Because it was kind of with the boy and my friend did this to me. So I called this guy cute in my school. And my friends decide they want to write a note to him asking if he like me. All I said with my friends that this kid was cute. I shouldn't really say kid because he's probably older than me. And so she writes a note to him. And then this one teacher class, if you pass notes, you have a note. He is going to take it and read it. And I saw what my friends did, and so I tried to take the note away from my friend. And the guy wasn't accepting it, so that's why I was having a relief of it, that the guy wasn't accepting it. But then this little goody two-shoes girl, who was the TA of the teacher, she's like, always tell them everything. Like, if someone's dating someone, they tell her, she has to tell them to get the other people embarrassed. She got to know and say, I'm going to go give it to Mr. Jackson. And I go, no, you're not. And she goes, yeah, I am. So she tries to push through me. And I go and I grab the note and I'm like crumpling it up. And then Mr. Jackson stopped like everybody. And he's like, Kirsten, give me the note. I go up there with the most saddest face, go back, throw my hood on, and I just start crying. Because when my friends kept putting the note that I had a crush on this boy. 2, she also put that, will you go out with me? And so I started crying because I knew he was going to read to the whole entire class. I got signed up release when he like, everyone in the class was like, read it, read it. And so, actually a girl at my table had a note from her like sister and it had a whole lot of cussing words, and Mr. Jackson read it out in the whole class. So it's like, Kirsten, come pick up the note. So I go grab the note, he lets me go, and the girl who got in trouble for her note said, he should have read your note. And so, like, I go out of the classroom, and I have to go by his classroom to go pick up my instrument and go onto the bus. And he's like, Kirsten, are you okay? I shook my head, yes, I just went. And then, like, the next day, Mr. Jackson's like, Kirsten, I don't want any of my students to get upset over little funny things I do. And I'm like, yeah, I just didn't want that. It wasn't me. It wasn't my handwriting, as you can tell. So, yeah.
He was one of my favorite teachers. He was pretty cool.
I know.
Okay, so since that happened, you know, this is what story time is for. Like, it's just gonna like branch off into more stories. So I'm gonna tell one more story, and if Kirsten has another one, then she can tell it. So it's with the same teacher. So I had the class with the teacher with my boyfriend at the time. That was horrible. Horrible. And so when we first started the class, we weren't really dating. And then so like we started dating, and so like we like sat by each other. And he found out, and I was like, oh no, I did not want any teachers to find out. Actually, I have like 2 teachers that found out. And so he was like, hey guys, do you want to hear my favorite song? And of course, Aiden's like, yeah, let's hear it. He was like the only one excited because we thought like he always plays super annoying songs. And he's like, okay, Aiden, here's my favorite song. Car and Aiden sitting in a tree. And I was like, you had to sing. I wanted to hear his favorite song. And he's like, oh, this is embarrassing. And I was like, and like half the people were like, who's Aiden? And I was like, oh. And like everybody's like sitting there like, you guys are dating? I'm like, can you just shut up?
I would have said no, I'm dating a flippin' potato.
Well, like, it was like really weird, and like everyone was like looking at it. But like he like made jokes the whole time. Like, all the time. Like, we had to, like, if we had uniforms at our middle school, and so if it was a non-uniform day, you had to, like, do a catwalk type thing and, like, show off your uniform. And, like, Aiden always did, like, the most ridiculous walks. And, like, he was like, ooh, Cara, your man's getting it down. And I'm like, oh. And there was, like, this, like, gay guy in our class. And so he was, like, doing all, like, this, like, sexual stuff walking down. And he, like, did it to Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson's like, I do not want to see that. And then he went and did it to Aiden. And then, like, Mr. Jackson was like, ooh, better be careful, Cara. He might steal your man. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. And then our other teacher that found out was Mr. Darlington. He was pretty cool. I'm actually going to have him this year because we got a new high school, so he moved over. And they were like, did you know Cara has a boyfriend? And he's like, no, what's his name? And they're like, Aiden O'Connor. I was like, really? You had to tell my other teacher? And so he goes on his computer and looks him up in the school system. Checks his grade, checks his attendance, check his whole history, and was like, I like this kid, he's good. And I was like, and he was like, you have my permission to date him. And I was like, thanks. We've been dating for like a year now, thanks. So those are my awkward teachers moments. Do you have one more story? Or is that
I can quickly have one.
Okay, one more story and then we're done.
Okay, so again, guys, I had to come a week before Cara in band camp, and technically called the percussion camp. And so we went, and then we met we met this guy, and like this guy's like he's gonna be a freshman in college. He's like 2 years out of school, going back into college. There's a fly right there. But like I was like, cause like he seemed so rude in the beginning, kind of like a little thing, but like. So at the beginning, he always like picked on me for not playing loud enough. And he's like, okay everyone, you're all gonna play level 2 and Kirsten gets to play the loudest she can. And so I play and he goes, okay guys, that you guys have great level 2, but Kirsten's only loudest Kirsten can go is a level 2. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, and then so this girl in the school took her mallet and she went like that to hit it, and then the mallet like slipped out of her hands and it aimed right towards Thomas, which is the college kid. And he goes, "You're trying to kill me?" Okay, but it's like, the most funniest days in the percussion moments is when we're all very, very tired. Because actually this happened today at band camp. Jordan, a girl next to me who's like an amazing mallet player, had like this little thing, and it's like a little thing for the suspended cymbal, and she goes like this, and she goes down the suspended cymbal, makes a weird noise, whatever. Well, she played the measure early, and she went like that and slipped, and then she goes, oh shoot, and then like that, and then this kid named Carson, who's in the aux, it's like, hey, you better not damage my table. Because like there's a little table on the suspended cymbal, so it's like, you better not damage the table. And so Jordan looks on the table and she turns to me. I did that. And there's little marks on the table of her little thing. And then so we started laughing a lot because she would accidentally play on the wrong suspended cymbal moment. And it was just like super hilarious. But then like there's like this other funny moment that happened in percussion, and it was like, so Thomas always played us under tempo. We would hate it. We wanted to go faster. And so he told the mallet players if we can play from this measure to this measure, that he will say that he will speed us up. And so we had to do like a horrible count off, and we all like technically sucked at it. And this girl named Haley, and he goes, okay, we're gonna go back to my tempo. And this girl named Haley goes, well, why don't you try it? Because usually after he says something, we'll get ready, so we're technically playing the instrument, and that didn't happen. And Haley's like, well, why don't you play it? And Tom and everyone just like, oh, and her face just got like super red.
She's like super shy.
Yeah, and she's like, well, why don't you play it? And so now we always tease her because after we said something that we play wrong, we're like, Haley, are you gonna tell Thomas, can you play it?
Okay, so that is it for this video. Please comment down below what you want to see us in the next video.
Subscribe.
Comment down below what you want us to do in the next video. Make sure you subscribe so we can.
I feel like the comment box of me, I don't think people understand this. It's like a little box. They're like,
it looks like a rhombus. But so
it looks like a rhombus.
So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to make sure. You guys, I'm turning on post notifications so you know when we post. But really, you know we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, bye.